Nothing is real anymore. Oh man. So, I did my video about Is Rock Dead? And, I've got some people, adding some rock bands and saying, hey, check out these guys, check out this band. And, man, I was watching Wings of Pegasus last night. And I was just on the couch, and my wife is kind of in the background. And he's got an incredible channel because he's technically able to analyze things and show you what's real and what's not. And I am not that guy. I am commentary on what I see, what I hear, what I've done, where I've been. And that's all I can do is give you an old guy's perspective. I'm watching Wings of Pegasus. And this may even been a month old video. But, these AI videos now of people playing guitar. Now, there's an old formula. There's a formula on Instagram or social media. And nothing against these young ladies or whatever. But if you take a beautiful girl and you have her play a rock riff, a very popular rock riff, in a seductive dress and smiling and winking at the camera and doing all that, that's a formula for success. That's a known thing that gets clicks, that get likes. And, clicks and likes and views, whether it's on YouTube or, social media, clicks and likes can make money. So please hit the like button on this video. But man, look, seriously, all seriously, there were videos that Phil was exposing as fake that I told my wife, I said, oh my God, I'd seen that performance video on YouTube. And, I'm curious when I see somebody, I see a video pop up and it's somebody playing guitar. I'll occasionally, I'll be interested to hear what it's doing. And videos pop up in your feed, sometimes, and you just don't even you didn't even ask for it. But man, some of these videos I'd watched, and I thought, man, this looks a little weird. I thought it was a filter. I thought it was some editing trickery, but no, complete fake AI video of a girl with her hair blowing in the wind and, looking at the camera and, and doing all that and playing The Police. What's that song? I've Been Watching You, or, Every Breath You Take, right? And I told my wife, oh my God, I've seen that video. And I thought something was off with it, but I didn't realize that it was just complete AI fakery. And this takes me back to the Is Rock Dead video that I did. And I know this topic has been talked about by many people. And I got a couple suggestions for me to check out a young band. And, if something sticks in my head enough, if somebody says, dude, I saw Led Zeppelin in 72 and I saw, such and such and you need to go check out this band. You need to go watch this band. And so I'm like, okay, well, look, man, if you saw Zeppelin in 72, you got some time on me, and I'll value, where you're coming from. And I value anybody that says, hey man, check this out. But this name started popping up a couple times. And even when I got up this morning at the crack of dawn, it's still dark out. I I saw that somebody had recommended this band. Oh, you need to check them out. They're legit. They're legit. And so I turn it on. I click on the song. He even recommended a song. And I thought, man, I'm not gonna click on the studio version because, man, these days with all the trickery and stuff that's afoot, you know people are gonna tune, people are gonna quantize, they're gonna punch. I mean, back in my day, we would punch. That would be our only way of fixing something, and that was pretty much accepted as a legit way. Well, you played it. They just may have had to punch in a note or two, or a phrase, or maybe punch every word, and that touches on another thing. But this name popped up, and I went and I found the song that they recommended, and I said, I'm going to go watch a live video. And I'm watching the video, and I'm like, okay, and there's 3 people on stage. Okay, that's a power trio. And a power trio has its sonic limitations. I know because I played in power trios. I had my power trio at the tail end of my Los Angeles run. Grunge was exploding. And, I could write any type of music. And, I had a trio with me on vocals and guitar, bass, and drums. So, man, I know what it's like to create those songs, how difficult it is to perform, and how difficult it is to fill out the sound as a 3-piece band. It's a difficult thing, man. You can't make one mistake. You can't, you've really got to be on your A game in a power trio. So I'm watching this band's live clip, and I'm like, it sounds incredible. It sounds amazing. It sounds incredibly full. And I'm like, how much of what I'm hearing is live? I'm seeing the drummer sing. I'm hearing these really full, perfect vocals. And I start noticing, I'm hearing some guitar. I'm hearing some things that I'm not seeing the guitar player play. Now, I am not an expert on this, so maybe Wings of Pegasus will see this video and do a little investigation on this group. But here's the thing, man. I don't know exact, but I like to analyze something, watch a group, and with a power trio, man, there's no auxiliary guitar player. There's no keyboard player on the side. They're representing this as these 3 people are making this sound, and they're performing a concert. But it's modern day technology. This is a young band, and they look, these it's a girl band, and these ladies started very young. I noticed there were videos from 10 years ago when they were just little tots. They were young. And they learned the power. They were playing like classic rock songs. And man, that's a formula for getting clicks and likes. Older people will love those songs and know those songs. And you see somebody young doing it, and it's a path. It's a path to gaining some fans and some followers, because you're playing familiar material and you're young, and people want to see their music continue on. But I'm watching the performance, and I'm like, how real is this? Is there vocal assistance? I'm looking for the in-ear. This is something to think about. In-ear monitors allow for a lot. Because you can have clicks, you can have backing tracks, you can have all kinds of things that the audience doesn't hear. An artist has in-ears in, and I know from experience because I've been there, the in-ears are in, and I hear a tick, 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 a count off before the audience hears a thing. And hearing that count off is the beginning of the track. The tracks will play, and the artist will play along. And one of the dead giveaways, and this is a tip for all you old guys who maybe don't know, watch multiple live clips of an artist. Do you see a laptop next to the drummer? That's a dead giveaway that they're probably using tracks. Now, look, that's how people perform now. They have assistants. They want it to sound as good as possible. Yada, yada, yada. But I clicked on another live clip from this band, and it didn't sound quite as good. And then I noticed there's a laptop. And, it doesn't always have to be the drummer controlling the laptop. But that is a common thing because the drummer controls the pace of the show. I've often said the drummer he drives the bus. The drummer, before laptops and stuff. Now, look, a laptop does not mean that a band is using tracks. It could be just tempos. It could be a bit of tracks. It could be sound effects. It could be little intros for the songs, little things, interludes, things like that. But that's something that I look for. And when I saw the laptop on stage, I thought, they could be using tracks. They could be supplementing their performance to make it sound incredible. And they did sound incredible. This was a really good sounding rock band. But I had to question what was coming out on, from the speakers, from the mains. They call it the mains, right? The big PA speakers, those are the mains. What's coming out of the mains and what's actually being played by the three people on stage? I heard really full vocals. I heard guitars that seemed like they weren't being played. I heard extremely full guitar sound. Now, you can make a single guitar sound very full. If I were going to do it these days, I would use a stereo setup and, but I'd be doing a lot of tap dancing with pedals. And that's another thing. If you're in a power trio and you're singing and you're playing and you're having to click in your clean sound and click off into your dirty sound and all that, well, you're going to at the very least, need a pretty complicated switching system or a modeler or something like that. And I don't fault anybody from using a Fractal or a Kemper or any of that, because in order to cop many different sounds and do it quickly and shift from a clean sound with spacey chorus and echo and stereo bouncing all over the place into a massive crunch sound that's completely dry, it's probably the easiest way to do it. But from what I could tell, from what my old man eyes and old man ears could tell, there was stuff going on that I didn't feel was being played on stage. Now, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong about this group, if you can figure out who I'm talking about. I don't want to bash anyone. I don't want to slander anyone. I don't think that, using tracks is, the death knell of music. But, it makes me question. I would hold more value in a performance that's completely played by the people on stage, that's real, that's not being enhanced by pitch shifting and all of these things, man. An old school plug into amps, throw mics in front of it, throw and go. That's what Led Zeppelin did. That's what the Rolling Stones used to do. That's how I measure how great a band is. Did they actually play what's coming out of the mains? Are they playing it? And, for a power trio to sound that full and have that much stuff going on, it's not easy to pull off. And I wouldn't blame them if they decided they wanted to enhance their performance. But I cannot put you up in the upper echelons of Led Zeppelin and Vintage Van Halen and any other group that was incredible live and played everything. I cannot put you up there in those ranks if you do it. So I get it. You want to put on a great show. You want to sound incredible, but I cannot, and I do not place you up there with Zeppelin or anybody else that put on great live performances, because a real live performance is raw. A real live performance may have mistakes. A real live performance is real. A real live performance is human. Now look, man, I've played everything from clubs to arenas to a stadium to theaters to mud bogs to bars to sessions to weddings to corporate events. I've played every single type of gig possible. And, I've played in wedding bands, right? And the type of wedding bands that I played in were old school, plug in, get the best guys you can get that night and play your butt off. But man, the new breed of wedding bands, sparkly dresses, dancing and twirling around, cute little guys with their cutesy little haircuts and their in-ear monitors and the tick, 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 tick in their ears and the supplemental vocals and the supplemental tracks, and it's all sounds perfect and it's all amazing. But it's not 100% real. And frankly, I know it. And, there would be times where we would get hired, we would play the gig, and at the end of the night, they would say, we hired you guys because we knew you were better musicians. We knew that you guys were real. We knew that we weren't gonna be faked out. And I had people tell me that on several occasions. And I started noticing our competition was fake, was twirling around, dancing, putting on this sparkly show. They're young, they're exuberant, it's lots of razzmatazz. But it's not real. It's not real. It's not human. And the search for something real, the search for something great, without trickery, without enhancement, without tracks, it's harder and harder to find. There are real artists out there that don't use trickery, that play their butts off every night. And if I'm missing somebody, if I'm missing some band out there I need to check out, let me know in the comments. But before you recommend a band and tell me that you've seen Zeppelin and you've done this and you're an expert on that, man, check out several performances. Listen with your eyes, listen with your ears. Is everything that you're seeing being played on that stage? Is there a laptop by the drummer? Are they using in-ears? Does it sound too good to be true? Because if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is.